Gemini, I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. So for today, I'm going to be doing a 9-card spread, a past, present, future reading for you. I'm going to be using the basic tarot, deck. I'm going to clarify it with a vampire deck. I'm going to grab a vampire oracle and draw 3 yes or no cards. But before I draw a vampire oracle and the 3 yes or no answers, I want to introduce you guys to a new vampire tarot deck, Tarot of the Vampires. So I'm going to be drawing one of these, and this is kind of like the general card, like an overall card. So hopefully it'll work for you guys. So let's get started. The general card for today is the Ace of Cups. Okay, let's look at the first row, which is the past. You start off with the Queen of Wands reversed. You get the Eight of Swords, and then you get the Hierophant reversed. Let's break these three down. So what I see for you, Gemini, and this is just the past, is that obviously, you had no confidence, you felt stuck, and you decided to kind of break patterns and just say, I'm not going to join in on the Hierophant ways, and I just don't want to have anything to do with, these current situations of not feeling confident and feeling stuck. It could be, a relationship of some kind. This could be with a fire sign, especially Leo, but you could even see it as Aries or Sagittarius as well, even though this is more or less a Leo card. But then you get the Eight of Swords, which could also be a fellow air sign, your Gemini, it could be another Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or this could, but whatever it is, you wanted to leave and not stick to old traditions and values because somehow that just did not, work out for you. And that's just what I see here, is that whatever, in the past was, you did not want to follow tradition. And let's look at the current times. Exactly. You're leaving with the Eight of Cups. And though the process is very slow, and you get the Death reverse, meaning something is just not going to, or is not working out for you. But speaking of the Death card, before I continue, is this was actually one of the cards that the vampire drew when I gave him that reading, because it was actually Death. This was the first card, Lovers, and then the Three of Swords. So Death, actually represented that I died. But anyway, back to you. Obviously, you're, breaking old traditions, and somehow you wanted to leave, or you're in the process of leaving, but it's incredibly slow, and somehow it just, just is not working out for you, and you're just kind of giving up on that idea because you're thinking, right now, I need to actually, have a bit more patience and not immediately just start being reckless and saying, I'm just going to take off and go with no money, with no maps, with no anything. And it just seems like, right now you're still, you feel a bit disorganized because, with the Eight of Wands reversed and the Death, thinking, okay, why should I even bother? But it just seems that, you have a right of leaving, but I would just actually, strategize a bit better, kind of, start, mapping out, what you want and start, building it on from there. Because, if you just leave something and you just say, okay, there's nothing getting out of it and it's just not working, it's not going to work out for you at all. But then for the future, you get the Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Wands upright. So what I see here for a future for you is that, you are somehow, giving up on this idea, but you're doing self-care even though you don't have the financial means, but yet, you're working really hard towards something in the future. And sometimes you have to, just, have a bit of patience. You have this idea saying, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. But that's why you need to always strategize, analyze, observe, and then execute your plans before you pursue any kind of goal or endeavor, because you have to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted before you pursue. And that's what I see you doing, is you're doing a self-care kind of situation. And you may not, have the financial means yet, but yet, you're still working towards something in a real fast manner. So there's still hope for you. It doesn't mean, the death reverse means it's over. There's still, this part, that is still waiting for you. That's why we're also going to clarify. Okay, we're going to use the vampire deck. Shuffle a little bit. Okay. For the Queen of Wands reversed, you get the Daughter of Knives. You get the Page of Swords. You have this idea, and that's why you want to leave. But yet, this was in the past, and you probably just didn't have the, the strength or, the security of wanting to embark on it. There's still uncertainties, and that's kind of what made you feel a bit like, oh man, will I ever be able to get out of the situation? And that's why you felt stuck. It's like a lot of people, they have this idea of whatever it may be, but some people don't have the courage to pursue it. And that is why they end up with the Eight of Swords, because a lot of people say, I want to get in that car and just drive off and stuff like that. But then suddenly your fears and uncertainties start, swimming around saying, oh my goodness, is this all going to work out? What if this and this, all of this fear stuff? Well, let's find out what the Eight of Swords is. The Chariot. You may be feeling stuck, but yet, just like with the Daughter of Knives, you are still determined. You want to leave, and that's why, you tried, or you're still in the process of leaving something. And that's why, you want to get out of this Eight of Swords of feeling stuck and leave. Or, at least this was in the past, at least, but that's what I see here. As whatever it was, it could have been leaving a hometown, home life situation, relationship, with another air sign or fire, whoever it may be. For the Hierophant reversed, you get the Two of Knives. Like I mentioned earlier, you should really map out what you want. Because, otherwise you're going to be, dealing with, two, different ways, like a fork in the road kind of situation. And you think, well, which way do I go? But, that's why, in the past, you should have actually been, mapping out like, okay, this is, the first step I'm going to take, then I'm going to take that step, and then so forth until you reach, your final destination of some kind. So, it's like, of course, in the past, you have this idea, but then you're thinking, how do I get from, plan A to plan B or something? So it's always good to kind of, start, generating, how you're going to get from, point A to the other, point and stuff like that. For the Eight of Cups, you're leaving, and there was conflict with the Five of Scepters. And exactly, you could, it could really be like some kind of traditional situation that that you were in, and you left, and that generated conflict and competition amongst, your family, your friends, whoever it was. And that's just what I see here. It's like, if any kind of situation in life just doesn't feel right, everybody should have a right to choose their own path. And that's what I see here is, of course, there's conflict and stuff like that. And maybe that's why, due to conflict, you get the Eight of Wands reversed, and then maybe somebody's still trying to talk you out of leaving. And that's why, there's no progress in the situation. This is not going to work out. So for Eight of Wands reversed, it's maybe slow, but yet, somehow, some kind of, family situation just does not want you to leave. I wonder about that, but everybody should have options and choices on leaving any kind of situation that just does not fit with you. Why should you have to suffer to make, another person happy? What about your own personal happiness? You need to focus on your happiness. Do not make other people happy, because, no matter how many times, or, you can throw all these pearls before swines and stuff like that. If people, are not happy themselves, other people are not going to make them happy. Internal happiness is what can generate more happiness from other people. Because for the Death reversed, means something is done, dead, over with. You get the Hierophant. And maybe, you probably asked somebody, for guidance and stuff, and they just told you to stop in your tracks and just, forget about your plans and go back to square one and stuff like that. And that's just kind of what I see here. You could have an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, that, could be your guide because this is, that's their card. But, yeah, I just only see, that something is really holding you back. But you should really think about your own happiness. Because for the Queen of Cups, you get the Ace of Knives, you get the Ace of Swords. And that's what I see. Is you want to keep fighting for your happiness and your dreams and endeavors. And I would just start, fighting for what you want, Gemini. What makes Gemini happy? What will make you happy? Sometimes you have to leave, Plato's cave, the comfort of, your nest and stuff like that, to get out into this world, as scary, uncertain, and daunting as it may seem, it's way better than just being stuck in a situation that's just making you miserable. But for the Page of Pentacles, you may not have the finances, but you have this Star. So, you could be manifesting money and becoming a star in the future. Or, despite, not having the financial means, there's still the spark of hope for you, because why else would you will not get the Knight of Wands in the end? Because we're still going to clarify this one. But somehow, what I see for you in the future is you're doing self-care on what makes you happy, and you're fighting for what you want. And there's that spark of hope of whatever it may be. This could even be an Aquarius. This is, that's, its card. A man or woman, doesn't matter. But, I just see, it's like, you are really going to be fighting for what makes you happy. So for the Knight of Wands, you get the Seven of Scepters. You're getting options. And that's what I see here. It's like, and that's just what I see here is, I would just, you're getting options, you're going to be working towards a better future for yourself, Gemini. And that is what I'm hoping that you will achieve in this world, is to see what makes you happy. I wish, I could have just, run away out of my tarot shop, before that, that vampire came in, or while he was there. I don't know, why I decided to stay around for that person. But I was kind of a fool myself, very naive. But it doesn't mean that, you should be in a similar situation, because what I want to grant you as a gift I never got was freedom. Okay, I'm going to be pulling a card from the new Vampire deck, so let's see if this will resonate with you. The King of Swords. A strategy card. Strategize on what makes you happy. This is one of your cards. You're an air sign. This is you, man or woman. I mean, look how handsome this person is. Wow. But, that is what I see you, as being so direct on what makes you happy. Good. Okay. I'm going to be pulling a Vampire Oracle and see what the Vampire has for Gemini. Burnt by the Sun. Interesting. Ambition, extension, and reach. Be ambitious. Be the star. And start, reaching for those, reaching for the star, Gemini. Be, a man or woman. You could have blonde hair or whatever, but this is why I see you, is that you need to start reaching for what you want. What makes Gemini happy? This card. Okay, I'm going to finish the reading off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video. Okay, I can't really show this card, but it's the Lovers reversed. It's actually your card. Wow. The Lovers reversed is a no. 8 of Swords upright. No. The 6 of Cups reversed. No. I'm going to leave it at that for you, Gemini, but if this reading resonated, please feel free to subscribe and join. If you love my channel either way, please feel free to join on more vampire adventure, of tarot stuff. Anyway, I want to thank you guys all so much for supporting me and my channel. I love you all so much. In a few days, I'm going to go back to love readings. So I'm going to go back and forth between love and general readings for now. But I love you all so very much.